Well, if you're waiting for the Canadian housing market bubble to finally burst, keep waiting. Up next are the top 5 reasons of why the Canadian housing market will not crash in 2021. If you'd like to stay up to date on Canadian real estate, specifically my marketplace of Surrey, BC, and the Fraser Valley, please click and subscribe. And one more thing, please don't use this information for your own personal transactions in your marketplace. Consult and hire a professional realtor to help you through your transactions. Okay, let's get into it. Reason number one that the market will not crash: 80% of job losses that happened as a result of COVID were actually low income. So, this means that most people that lost their jobs were not actually homeowners themselves. And also, they were not in a position to become homeowners anytime soon. Largely, as the overall employment picture looks, homeowners themselves were not actually affected, and most of them did not lose their jobs. Reason number two is higher income households actually were able to save more during the pandemic. See, if you actually have more money or more income coming in, you actually have to spend less of that money on absolute necessities like lower earning families. Therefore, savings has actually gone up for those families. So many of those higher earning households have actually managed to put money away and actually put themselves in a position to upsize their property. Reason number three is income is actually increasing at record high levels. The actual, believe this or not, this is the stat. Income rose at an average of 50% this year, but that is skewed. And let me give you an example of why. Let's say you were a student last year, 17, 18 years old, whatever it is, and you had a part time job and you made $5,000 net. Well, this year you actually qualified for CERB. And if you only collected CERB, there's a very good chance that you got a 100% increase in pay. But all that being said, those high income earners who are again keeping their jobs, they're actually not being affected and their raises are still coming. Their industries are actually thriving. And that brings us to reason number four. This is the first ever service based recession that we have seen. Never before have we seen things like restaurants and hotels suffer more than other industries, stuff like goods and manufacturing. In fact, not only are the goods and manufacturing sector in any sort of a recession, they're actually growing. This is actually keeping that workforce employed. It's also resulting in higher incomes for those workers. And last, reason number five that the Canadian housing market will not crash in 2021 is actually record low interest rates. Household debt is actually at an all time high. However, because interest rates have come down so low, payments are less month to month than they were pre COVID. But for mid to high earners, it is actually appears that the overall month to month payment, well, it looks like housing is on sale. There you have it. That is the reason why the Canadian real estate market will not crash and will remain quite strong for many months going into 21, being led by single family detached houses. Thanks for watching, and remember to stay informed in Canadian real estate. Click and subscribe.